Book extract, New Dominatrices. You're listening to The Mistress Code. I'm RacyWilde. So this is going to be a reading of an excerpt from a book I'm writing. Now, even though I am writing about the professional industry, I also find that a lot of new lifestyle domina also fall into the male-centric fantasy trope because they are modeling their dominance off porn, therefore becoming unpaid porn star experiences. In this argument, you always get people saying, I want to be that. Well, they sure can be that, but they are part of the problem of delegitimizing authentic female dominance. The whole setup of pro-dom is to service male desire and fantasies. So, when a domina models her femdom of what she sees on porn or pro-dom, she is creating a male-centric femdom, which is designed for male pleasure. Sure, there are a lot of women who love existing for male pleasure. They are called submissives. Yes, if a person wants themselves to be used for someone else's pleasure, whether that be mentally, physically, or visually, that is a submissive act. They are objectifying themselves as a tool, which means they are positioning themselves as lesser in power. Now, a lot of new lifestyle doms don't realize what they are doing when they are just copying the pros, nor the new pros even. The information just isn't out there. Why? Because over the centuries, authentic female dominance has been treated as unnatural, an anomaly, or a pathology. And yeah, this is why I'm writing the book. So here's the extract. Another major issue within the professional femdom industry is that many women who enter lack prior experience in authentic domination. True dominance is a deeply personal experience developed through self-awareness, practice, and an understanding of power dynamics. However, for many young women just starting out, professional domination is not the culmination of a journey into their power. It is simply a job, an economic choice. Therefore, rather than developing a unique style of domination, they conform to the Dominatrix archetype to appease male fantasies rather than their own. Without a personal framework of power or control, they become absorbed into a pre-existing industry that dictates the rules of femdom, often without their full understanding or consent. This process leads to women unknowingly performing within a system that ultimately reinforces male control. A former professional dominatrix and author describes this occurrence, and at this point, the reference is left out. When I started, I didn't know what dominance really meant. I didn't know how to be powerful. I only knew how to act powerful. There was a script, and I followed it, but I wasn't in control of the script. I was performing it for someone else. This lack of experience causes many new dominatrices to internalize the industry's standardized version of femdom rather than developing their own natural form of authority. Instead of exploring their personal power, they are taught how to be a dominatrix within the framework of male fantasy, ensuring that their power remains performative rather than self-actualized. The commercial industry is structured in such a way that the dominatrix is always responding to male demand rather than dictating the terms of engagement. Sessions are tailored to the desires of the submissive client, not the preferences of the dominant woman. Scripts, outfits, and behaviors are often dictated by the expectations of male consumers, rather than by what the female dominant might naturally embody. And the financial structure of the industry ensures that the dominatrix remains dependent on male clients, making her dominance a product that must be packaged and sold rather than an independent assertion of power. The absorption of female dominance into the male-centric commercial and sex industries has caused significant harm to authentic femdom culture. It reinforces the idea that femdom is a performance and not a lifestyle. This ultimately damages femdom as a legitimate female-led practice, reducing it to a fetish service rather than allowing it to exist as a genuine assertion of female power. The problem lies not in professional domination itself, but in the way the industry structures female dominance to align with male fantasy rather than authentic female authority.